everyone, our topic for today is all about Raspberry Pi. What is Raspberry Pi? History of Raspberry Pi, comparison of different Raspberry Pi, application or project using Raspberry Pi, components of Raspberry Pi, price, and also about the newest version of Raspberry Pi version 4.
Before we start our topic, please subscribe and click the notification bell and see you every time I posted a new videos.
What is Raspberry Pi?
The Raspberry Pi is a low-cost, credit card-sized computer that plugs into a computer monitor or TV and uses a standard keyboard and mouse. It is capable of a little device that enable people of all ages to explore computing and to learn how to program in languages like Scratch and Python. It's capable of doing everything you expect a desktop computer to do, from browsing the internet and playing high-definition video, to making spreadsheets and word processing and playing games. The Raspberry Pi has the ability to interact with the outside world and has been used in a wide array of digital maker projects, from music machines and parents detector to a weather station and tweeting birdhouses with infrared cameras. We want to see the Raspberry Pi being used by kids of all.
History of Raspberry Pi.
The Raspberry Pi is a credit card-sized computer designed and manufactured in the UK with the initial intention of providing a computing device for education. Since its release, however, it has grown far beyond the sphere of academia. Its origin can be found in the University of Cambridge Computer Laboratory in 2006. Computer scientists Evan Upton, along with Rob Mullins, Jack Lang, and Alan Mycroft, were concerned that incoming computing undergraduate students had grown divorced from the technical aspects of computing. This was largely due to school syllables that placed an emphasis on using computers rather than understanding them. Vision was formed. Over the next 6 years, the team worked on developing a cheap and accessible device that would help school to teach concerns such as programming, thus bringing students closer to understanding how computing works.
Application and project using Raspberry Pi. And now, I will give you 3 examples of Raspberry Pi application or projects. First, Raspberry Pi as a VPN server.
VPN servers are used to access the internet from behind a safe access point. You can easily accurate one of the best Raspberry Pi projects that will act as your dedicated VPN server from scratch. This project will require you to handle the networking activities of your Pi. With this creative project, you will not only have a cutting-edge personalized VPN servers, but also you can save huge money of monthly subscriptions.
Second, motion capture security system.
For your next Raspberry Pi projects, consider building an HD camera surveillance system that captures live video whenever something moves in the monitored area. You can use the same Pi camera you used for the time-lapse project or might option for the more powerful one. This is one of the best Raspberry Pi project for you. If you want to check on your dog.
Third, Raspberry Pi distance sensor.
If you are an aspiring engineer, building real-life DIY projects can broaden your skill sets and will prepare you for further complex challenges. One of the best Raspberry Pi projects that will introduce you to that fantastic world of sensor. Building a distance sensor project with your existing Raspberry Pi board will allow you to make a practical project that you can show
Components of Raspberry Pi.
CPU or GPU. This is a Broadcom BCA 2835 system on chip that's made up of ARM Central Processing Unit and Video Core 4 Graphics Processing Unit. The CPU handles all the computations that make a computer work, taking input, doing calculation, and producing output. The GPU handles graphics output. Audio out. This is standard 3.55mm jack for connection of audio output devices such as headphones or speaker. There is no audio and USB hub. USB. This is a common connection port for peripheral devices of all types, including your mouse and keyboard. Model A has 1, Model B has 2. You can use USB hub to expand the number of ports or plug your mouse into your keyboard. If it has its own USB port, HDMI. This connector allows you to hook up high-definition television or other compatible device using an HDMI cable. SD card slots. This is full SD card slot. An SD card with an operating system installed is required for booting the device. They are available for purchase from the manufacturers, but you can also download an OS and save it to the card yourself if you have a Linux machine. Ethernet. This connector allows you wire network access and it's only available on the Model B. CSI camera port. Camera Central Interface Type 2, which facilitates the connection of a small camera to the main board BCM2835 processor. This is a camera port providing the electrical bus connection between the two devices. The cost of Raspberry Pi 3, $35 and the Raspberry Pi 2B is 2,107 for the Philippine money.
And now, we talk about Raspberry Pi version 4.
The Raspberry Pi 4 is a massive leap forward for the low-cost computer, making a number of firsts in evolution of the best-selling board, designed so that people experience with the building software and hardware. The Raspberry Pi has always been defined by its user, and it certainly come up many uses for a Raspberry Pi: media centers, file servers, Pi hole ad blockers, drone control unit, and retro game consoles. Their expected upgrades: the lift of 4 GB of fast memory, support for 4K display through Gigabit Ethernet. There are the expected upgrades: the lift to 4 GB of fast memory, support for 4K display through Gigabit Ethernet, the bump in processor speed to 1.5 GHz, the inclusion of USB 3.0, and the move to a new, more modern system of chip. But there are also surprises: the ability to run dual display and moving fast, the $35 price tag that been increased since the first board launched in 2012. Raspberry Pi 4 Model B is still available for $35 with a 1 GB LPDDR4 memory, but for the first time user can pay more to get more memory, with a $45 Raspberry Pi 4 offering 2 GB memory and $55 board for 4 GB memory.